Sasha has arrived in Sacramento. Morgan, we've been waiting for this press conference for a while now. Almost a month away from training camp starting, Sasha Vezenkov had his press conference today in Sacramento alongside Kings general manager Monty McNair. I know I'm easily swayed, Morgan. You know me.
Oh my God, don't.
I'm the emotional being of this show. You gotta ride the Deuce Mason wave sometimes.
So unprofessional.
I'm sitting there.
These waves.
And Deuce Mason just has a little smirk on his face going,
Ew.
man.
The whole time you just, because you know why I tried not having a smirk on my face? Because I know everyone staring at him is just like,
no.
They're all being like, oh my God, like, look at me. Like, you're going to love me.
I didn't see what type of smirk, by the way.
Oh, what was your smirk?
Mine was like a... Oh, wait. Does that look kind of intimidating?
It was kind of, like a wrestler's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we're here to mess some shit up.
Okay.
Obviously, we've talked about this during Monty McNair's tenure and trying to build this team. He's definitely got a type. And I don't know that we learned anything really new from Sasha today. A couple of things that did jump out to me was just him talking about how he was like scouting the team. He was watching some of their games. He was paying attention, which, to be honest, makes some sense. If I was thinking about making a big move to not only like join a new league, but move halfway around the world to a new city, I'm only watching the games and be like, do I actually fit here? Do you think I can actually like it? What other line of work could you go, hey, I get to watch how everything works and see how I fit in this? There's not many things you could do that besides sports, right? Imagine if you had that opportunity in previous jobs where you're like, hey, before you accept a job, you could turn your TV on, watch on a tablet, and see the inner workings and how things operate. Oh, it would make your decision easier.
It would make your decision a lot, even though from that angle you're still not seeing the inside of things, but you're seeing the performance, the creative side of things, and what it is that you're trying to accomplish with this new job. And what was being accomplished that Sasha was watching was winning basketball. Not only winning basketball, a lot of team basketball, and that's a lot of how like the EuroLeague likes to play basketball. And I think it's going to translate just fine for him.
He said, I did my scouting before I came here. Great players and the coach of the year. For me, the best part is that the core is the same of the team. So I just have to adjust fast to be the best version of myself. He kept saying he's a team guy. Of course, he said all the right things, but sound like a guy that's really excited about the opportunity. And the fact that the Kings were sending people from the organization over as early as November of last year made an impression on him. And Monty McNair talked about that, saying, we wanted to get there to express to him what we're about. It was our chance, and we knew we had a big decision to make, so we're going to go there. We're going to talk to him. He's going to get to know us, and hopefully that leads to him making the decision we want, and that's him coming to Sacramento, and they ultimately did that.
That was really smart, by the way. And when I say that, it's like, yeah, well, no shit. But I think the timeline and the amount of time that they spent massaging that relationship and just making sure that it was more than a transaction. It was going to be more than, hey, we got your rights in this trade.
And here's all the money we can give you.
Yeah.
Are you coming or not?
Yes. It was so much more than that. And I think from someone from the outside, I appreciate that. I appreciate an organization that's willing to be patient and take the time and feel the importance with it. But also, I really like that it was done this way. And I think the other thing too is, you got to see the product on the floor and see that it was winning basketball.
Sure.
But isn't it nice to like people that you're going to work with?
Yeah.
And that goes to, obviously the time that Mike Brown was there, or Monty McNair, or the rest of the crew. It's great. They all got to share their same love for the game and other things as well.
If you're just a fan of basketball and you turned on a Kings game last year, you could be a Lakers fan. You could be a Grizzlies fan, a Warriors fan. If you turned on a Kings game, you enjoyed watching them play.
Yeah.
It's just
they were that team last year.
It was a fun style, right? The off-ball movement, the shooting, the explosiveness, the pace. I think it's everything that makes basketball special. We've seen that over the years with the Warriors, but the Kings offense was so fun to watch last year. And if you're Sasha, who is over there playing in the EuroLeague, and you're playing a system where there's movement and there's off-ball movement, high IQ, ball movement, shooting. You no doubt watch the Kings and go, I could fit into this. And I think he's going to be a great fit. I really do. And I thought Monty had some interesting points. He was talking about his, offensive IQ, but he says, but defensively his IQ. And that's a point, we've talked about on the podcast, because I think Sasha gets knocked a bit, people questioning whether or not he's athletic enough for the next level. The EuroLeague is not as athletic as the NBA. We know this. We acknowledge it. But I do think with Sasha and defense in general, you have to understand defense. You have to understand where guys are, the movement, communication. You have to have high defensive IQ. And I think just him having that ability is going to help him at the next level. Is he going to be an all defensive guy in the NBA? No. But if he's in the right spots, if he's communicating, to me, that's like a really important part of being at least a solid defensive team, is having those things.
You can have your flaws physically or with your athleticism, and get away with, at times, in certain situations, I'm not going to act like this, but this goes for everything. And if you are a smart defender, a good team defender, and you are on a team that has a good, solid team defense in place, philosophy in place, then it's going to be easier to plug in those type of players. Of course, you want every player on your team to be one of the best individual defenders that there are out there in this league, but you're not, it's hard to find. It's hard to find all those two-way guys. And I think if you go to the next step and have one of those high IQ defenders, you're on the right track, because that is what Monty McNair keeps collecting with this roster.
Yeah, team guys, good guys. It was cool, too, to see some of his teammates out there. De'Aaron Fox was there, Keegan Murray, Mike Brown, assistant coach Luke Laux was out there, Alvin Gentry. So you had some people just watching the press conference, which is pretty cool. And, Sasha acknowledged that as well. What expectations do you have for Sasha in year one? I think my expectations are he's going to just fit in right away. I think as someone who has the experience playing as much professional ball as he has, he may be an NBA rookie, but to me, like I think with this team, with the skill level of this team, the basketball IQ, a guy like him it's easy fit. Like plug and play. He can shoot. He's smart.
He's older too.
He's 28 years old. He's been around. Like I feel like he can be impactful from day one.
I think if he was younger and we were talking about this, I'd be like, oh, I just really hope he's not passive. I hope he has the confidence he needs. He was the EuroLeague MVP. He's done it at such a high level for a very long time. I think it's going, and we've talked about this over and over, I think it's going to be an easy transition, not only because of his style of play, but I also believe because of what Mike Brown has built with this team, the foundation he has built with this team. He's made it easy. You listen to me and you do what I say when it comes to, like our strategy, our philosophy. And if you show something else, you might be given more freedom, right? De'Aaron Fox, Domas Sabonis, they are given much more freedom. And there's a few of these other guys with sometimes those shorter leashes that it's like, yo, if that ball isn't moving, if you're not moving, you're not going to play. And the Kings keep building this roster to have more and more depth that I think Sasha is just going to get better and better at practice with this team and these guys just making each other better.
I am curious what his role is going to be with this team, whether he's coming off the bench. Is there a chance he starts over Barnes? Is that a possibility? Or maybe is that something that could happen throughout the season? I don't know. I'm just very curious how that plays because I think he's going to be playing a decent amount of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know. It's funny you bring that up. Oh, I hate it being August and we're bringing up, what's the starting lineup going to be?
It's August 31st as we record this, but tomorrow's September.
Oh, great point.
It's September.
That's a great point.
And then you wake up the next day, all of a sudden it's October. And then the season's here.
And then it's November.
And then December. Just like that.
It's crazy how this works.
It's insane.
So stupid.
Yeah, no, he said all the right things. Like, hey, I'm going to be fine with whatever role I have. I look to improve. Blah blah blah. The other thing that was brought up too was just the adjustment to being in a new spot. Like you're not just moving from like Orlando to Sacramento. Although that's kind of an adjustment too, right?
Yeah, that would be. Come on now.
And he was just noting that he feels at home already. He says, I feel like at home, even though I'm here just a couple of days, I feel like I have a new family, and that helps me a lot.
I thought that was really cool. And I think, again, the Kings organization, the people within the organization have done a good job of making him feel that. You know, I was talking to someone while I was there too, and they were saying how like there's media members here that are just like, you know, more open and collaborative and like, will let me in, and just like really, it was really positive. And it's funny, you're all trying to get better, and especially on a team, like you want to be the starter, you want more playing time, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you can accomplish so much more as a team. And I think what she was saying, even in that situation, just everyone always making her feel like comfortable in those situations. And I think with him, it's you have people all fighting for these starting spots and more playing time and being the best out there, but you're a team. And I think that collaborative energy and that effort there with this organization and what it's, because Mike Brown has brought that into his culture and into this team. It's just,
you call it collaborative too. It's
smooth.
Competitiveness can bring out the best in people.
Absolutely.
It shows their true colors. Like, you're going to bring it in camp. You're going to earn that time.
Yep.
You know, it may make others step their game up when you add some new pieces to the fold, right? All of a sudden you're like, well, if I want playing time, I got to make sure if I want to close games, I have to do these things to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Sasha. And I just think if he ends up being impactful for this team, like I think he can.
Yeah.
Monty made a hell of a trade. I mean, I know we've talked about this before, but this was like a trade a couple of drafts ago that flew under the damn radar. It's one of those moves that, like, if you're opposing your GM, you're like, yeah, sure. Where he traded a second round second round pick for the rights to Sasha.
Couple 2 years ago, 2 drafts ago, whatever.
Imagine getting that call on draft day. You're like, hey, Kings are calling me. The Cavs are like, let me take this. Yeah, what's up, Monty? Oh, you want the rights to the... Hold on. Who's this guy? Yeah, you can have him. Just give us a pick for today. You're busy. You're thinking bigger things. You're not worried about the rights to some guy that might not come over.
And remember when it was just like us seeing that tweet, that Woj tweet, that
we were
Shams
like, yeah.
tweet.
I mean, well, who knows if he's coming over?
Like,
I mean,
whatever.
We downplayed that so much.
We totally, but so does do a lot of people, especially if you're not watching a whole bunch of EuroLeague, right? It was like we didn't really understand what he was capable of doing then, but Monty McNair and his scouts and everyone else knew what he was capable of doing and maybe what he could turn into.
And then you get him on a good deal, which was impressive. You get him on a really team-friendly deal. And if he can help you this year, it could take this team to another level. So I think it's exciting. I'm excited to see Sasha play.
I was waiting for you to ask a question. But at the presser, and I thought maybe it was going to be like, hey, like, would you like would you like the fans to start the chant for you during games? Would that make you feel more at home? Yeah, no. What do you think he would have said? No.
I would never have asked that question. As you know. I don't know why I didn't ask a question today.
I was really, I
didn't feel like it.
I was just joking. I didn't think, I didn't care that.
I was chilling. I was feeling the vibes of the room, you know?
Oh, I was chilling. I was just, I was more thinking of the chant. And I really hope it catches on.
It's not going to catch on.
You really don't think?
No, I mean, maybe
Sasha, Bezzy.
Hey, look, I would love for it to catch on, and maybe I'm down our audience a little bit, but the power of our audience, I don't know, just a little bit.
If you guys are watching this or listening, do it. Deuce's way of trying to get people to do the chant, my way, encouragement.
Any other things jump out to you from the Sasha press conference?
Nope. Everything I wanted it to be. Things just going smoothly. Him holding up the jersey. It all felt great. I loved it. Was happy with it.
Giving up number 7, huh? You think Metu's offended by that?
No, I don't think he's offended by that.